So his father did not want him to go to the school that we saw, and many more pastimes we have seen. Sachimata asking him, why are you sitting in such a improper place? That also was dealt with. So in this way, Lord of Vaikuntha enjoyed all the confidential pastimes in his house. That is 201 verse. Niravadhi goptaha bhave prabhu ke likare Vaikuntha नायक निज अंगने विहारे पढ़िते आइला प्रभो बापेर आदेश हैलेन महाप्रभु आनंद विश्वेश. So in this way, his father, when he asked him to resume the studies, he was very happy. Thus ends the 7th chapter. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavan Dasa Kachu Pada Yuge Kana. So everybody advised Jagannath that this boy is not an ordinary boy. This boy is a special boy. You are fortunate that your son wants to study. So now arrange a nice Brahman thread ceremony, Panayanam ceremony on an auspicious day. So let us see the 8th chapter. 8th chapter consists of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, because everybody were advising Jagannath Mishra, at last he approved. So now in this chapter we'll see the sacred thread ceremony performed for Nimai. And then he's studying at the house of Gangadas Pandit. Jagannath Mishra had a dream of Vishwambhara becoming a sannyasi, and then the disappearance of Jagannath Mishra has been given in this chapter. This 8th chapter, Chaitanya Bhagavat, first verse. Jai Jai Kripa Sindhu Shri Gaura Sundara Jai Sachi Jagannath Graha Shashadhara. So all glories to Gaur Sundar, the ocean of mercy. All glories to the moon-like Lord in the house of Sachi and Jagannath. Jai Jai Nityananda Sarupera Prana Jai Jai Sankirtana Dharmera Nidhana. So all glories to the life and soul of Nityananda Sarupa. All glories to the inaugurator of congregation chanting of the holy name. So here, the verse from 11th canto of Bhagavatam is put by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Krishna Varnam Sha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajnaha Sankirtana Praya Rijantihi Sumedasaha. So Gaur Sundar is the inaugurator of devotional service in the form of chanting the holy name. So the meaning of the verse is given: in the age of Kali, intelligent people perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. In his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu has written about the preaching of devotional service in the form of the chanting of the holy name by Chaitanya Deva, the deliverer of people. In the age of Kali, as follows, therefore, although in the age of Kali other processes of devotional service are to be performed, they must always be accompanied by the chanting of the holy name. It is also mentioned in Chaitanya Chaitamrita 3.77. Lord Shri Krishna is the initiator of Sankirtan, congregation chanting of the holy name. One who worships him through Sankirtan is fortunate indeed. Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atman Vedanam. There are 9 processes of performing devotional service. Among the 9 processes of performing devotional service is chanting, which is most important. Because even if other processes are performed, it should be accompanied by chanting. This is a very powerful statement, which is given in the Adi Leela of Chaitanya Chaitamrita, 77th verse. So Shravanam should be followed by Kirtanam, chanting. Shravanam is there, that Kirtanam is there. Smaranam is there, that Kirtanam is there. Archanam is there, Kirtanam is there. Vandanam is there, Kirtanam is there. Pada Sevanam, Kirtanam is there. Atma Nivedanam, Kirtanam should be there. So without Kirtanam, any other processes are just waste of time. Without Kirtanam, if there is Kirtanam, there is a meaning to every process. Because Kirtanam is chanting the holy name. And chanting the holy name is Samanvanam of all the other processes. Bhakta Goshti Saita Gauranga Jaya Jaya Shunile Chaitanya Katha Bhakti Labhaya Lapyahaya. So all glories to Gauranga along with his devotees and associates. By hearing the topics of Chaitanya, one attains the devotion service of the Lord. Enamate Mahaprabhu Jagannatha Dhore Nibhude Achena Kehachinite Napore. So Lord resided in the house of Jagannath Mishra, Supreme Lord. How he resided? Confidentially. Nigula Achena. That means nobody was knowing that the Supreme Lord who is residing there. No one was able to recognize him. Balya Krida Nama Yata Che Prativite Sakala Khilaya Prabhu Ke Pare Kohite. So Lord enjoyed the childhood pastimes. Krida, Balya Krida. He enjoyed the childhood pastimes. Then it's very difficult to describe them all. Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Vedadware Vyakta Haive Sakala Purane Kichu Seshe Shunipe Sakala Bhagyavane. So later, now it is not there, but later they will be described through Vedas in all the Puranas. Fortunate souls will hear about them. Later they will be described. So let us see. The word Veda refers to Vishnu, Shrutis, Amnaya, Chandas, Brahmas, and Nigamas. The word Purana refers to 18 Puranas, 20 Upapuranas, and histories. Although the topics of Gaur Sundar, the covered incarnation, are more or less explained in all the Puranas, they are not clearly described. Lord Vishnu resides in the hearts of the Vaishnavas, and topics of Lord Vishnu emanates from the mouth of Vaishnavas. Therefore, the wonderful activities of Gaur Sundar will later be described by Vaishnava Acharyas in their commentaries on the Puranas. The Vedic literatures emanate from the breathing of the Lord Vishnu. Sri Vyasadeva, who divided the Vedas, has appeared in the age of Kali as Vrindavan Das Thakur, the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat, which is not different from Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Sri Kaviraj Goswami has written about Chaitanya Bhagavat as follows. The subject matter of this book is so sublime that it appears that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has personally spoken through the writings of Vrindavan Das Thakur. The eternality of Vedic literature is not denied by the use of future tense in the phrase Vedadware Vyakta Haive. In different Manvantaras and in the beginning of different yugas, Lord Narayana reveals Vedic knowledge in the heart of his servant Brahma, reaches his transcendental name, form, qualities, and pastimes through Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva has written Purana, Upapuranas, Itihasas. So when we say Vedas, what it refers to? Lord himself. It refers to the Shrutis, it refers to the whole knowledge, Amnaya, Chandas, Brahmas, and Nigamas. Nigama means the source from where all the knowledge appears. So in this way, the whole Vedas means complete knowledge. Somewhere here and there, the description is given, but not very explicitly it has been described about Gaur Sundar. But in the upcoming future, it is going to be described, it has been given. That means, what is the meaning of this? The meaning is, Gaur Sundar will be described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is not different from Vedavyasa. In every commentary which has been given by Acharyas, they will include the name of Gausunda. That has been given. Even if the description of Purana is there, the description of Purana will be done by understanding about Gausunda. That is why here it has been given Vedadware Vyaktohaive Sakala Purani. Yai Mata Gauras Chandra Balyarase Bhula Yagyupavitera Kala Asiya Milira. Now, till now he was enjoying his childhood pastime. Now the time has come to accept Brahman thread, Brahman initiation. Brahman initiation is the concept of Hindu culture. Every Hindu, whether is a Brahmin or Kshatriyas, they take up to this Brahmin initiation. That is Upanayanam Samskara. And they send the children to the school for further studying. The school here refers to Gurukul. Gurukul for studying the Vedas, the Puranas, the scriptures. Because of not understanding the value of the Brahmin initiation, Upanayana Sanskara, the people generally, they just do it like a big ceremony and then forget the purpose of having this Upanayana. That is why in ISKCON, when even if a person comes from a Brahmin family or Kshatriya family having Brahmin initiation, again the Brahmin initiation is given if he has to progress in devotional service. And the qualification for getting a Brahmin initiation is he should be chanting 16 rounds. He should be eager to study the scriptures. So that is the purpose. The purpose of having the Brahmin initiation, Upanayanam, Upa means about Lord, Nayanam means eyes. The eyes which opens to read about the Lord. That is why Vedic studies, scriptural studies are done. So in the Vedic times, because this was followed very strictly, that after Upanayanam, they were sent to the Gurukul. So that was very authentic. The ceremony was considered very authentic. Even if now a person is getting a Brahmin initiation and goes to the Gurukul, studies the scriptures, and that is authentic, then nobody can say, remove your Brahmin thread and I will give you another Brahmin thread. No, it is authentic. Because there are certain sampradayas, which are really following it very nicely. Especially in Madhva Sampradaya, after the Upanayanam, if a person is eager to study in the Gurukul, they are sent. But again, it is up to the choice. Somebody sends, somebody utilizes the opportunity, somebody doesn't utilize. Some say that the word bhula is a corruption of the word bhula, which means mad and of forgetting oneself. Regarding the words Yagyopavite Ratalaha, which is stated in the Vedas, Ashtavarsham Brahmanam Upaniyate. So at the time when he is 8 years old, he should be awarded with a sacred thread. In this statement, the word Brahmana refers to those who will become the Brahmanas in future. If the Gurukul is not there, then the father and the mother should teach the Vedic knowledge in the house itself. Because of the lack of all such facilities, the parents can take up to teaching the Shastras to the children. At the age of 8 years, Brahmin initiation is given. The Srimad Bhagavatam 11.17.39 statement. Graharti sadrishim bharyam udvahit. One who desires to establish family life should marry a wife of his own caste. It refers to those who will accept wives in the future, and in the same way, non-Brahmin who will become a Brahmin in the future is called Brahmana. Let us take these words again. One who desires to establish a family life should marry a wife of his own caste. That is very important. It refers to those who will accept wives in the future. And the same way, non-Brahmana will become a Brahmana in the future is also called a Brahmana. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it states, Sanskar yatra vichinaha sadvijo ajo jagadayam. Those who have been reformed by the Garbhadhana ceremony and other described reformatory methods performed with Vedic mantras and without interruption, and who have been approved by Lord Brahma are Dvijas or twice born. So twice born, that means all the sanskaras are done very nicely. He is a Brahmana Sarvadhana Sanskara, other reformatory sanskaras are done which are performed with Vedic mantras, and there is no interruption in that. In the Vishnu Yamala, it is stated, Ashuddha Shudra Kalpahi, Brahmana Kali Sambhavaha, Tesham Agama Margena, Shuddhirna, Shruto Vatmana. The Brahmanas born in the age of Kali are merely Shudras. Just see the powerful statement, Ashuddha Shudra Kalpahi. In this Kali Yuga, Brahmana Kali Sambhavaha, even the Brahmana is born as a Shudra. They can be purified only by the process of Agamas and Pancharatrika Vidhi. That is why Upanayana Sanskara is very important. And they can be purified by these vidhis only, Agamas, Pancharatrika Vidhi. Pancharatrika Vidhi refers to Bhagavad Vidhi, taking up devotional service. From this statement, it is understood that due to the lack of purity in family lines in the age of Kali or quarrel, one should become purified through the process of Pancharatrika initiation. What is Pancharatrika initiation? Tapa Pundra Tatha Namaha. So all this initiation is very important. Mantra Yagascha Panchamaha. They are the Pancharatrika Vidhi. Even if he is coming from a Brahmin family, he has to take up this Pancharatrika Vidhi. That means he has to take up the name. He has to understand his relationship with Lord. He has to serve the deities Yagaha. Yasya Lakshanam Proktam Pumso Varna Yat Anyatra Trapi Drishyeta Tavidenaiva Vinirdishyeta. If one shows the symptoms of being Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra as described above, even if he has appeared in a different class, he should be accepted according to those symptoms of classifications. Sridhar Swami in his commentary says, Yadi Anyatraha Varnantre Api Drishyete Sheta Tad Varnantaram Tenaiva Lakshana Nimittenaiva Varnena Vinirtishet Natu Jati Nimittenaiti Artha. If the proper symptoms are seen in the persons other than those born as Brahmanas, then such persons should be considered as Brahmana. They should not be considered according to the caste of birth. Again, this is a powerful statement. A person may not be born as a Brahmana. A person may be born not even as a Shudra. He may not be in the 4 Varnashrama. But still, if he has the symptoms, that means if he has love for Krishna, then he is actually a Brahmana. The Mahabharata Anushasan 143.46 and 50 states, Shudropi Agamaha Sampanno Dvijod Bhavati Samskritaha. So how he can be purified? Born in lower and degraded caste, he can be purified by the chanting of the holy process, by the Pancharatrika initiation, and thus he can become qualified, a well-versed Brahmana. Pancharatrika system, where Panchasanskaras are being given more importance. Is very important. Pancharatrika system. Tapa. Tapa means understanding that we are suffering. Pundra. To know about the goal of our life. Pundra. Nama. Understanding of the relationship with the Lord and getting the Nam as Das Dasi. Then Mantra. Chanting the holy name. In the Brahman initiation, 7 Gayatris are given. Chanting the holy name and 7 Gayatris. And the Yaga. Connection with the deities. Serving the deities, committed to the deities. Swamihi Pancha Sanskaraha. So this is very important. This Pancha Sanskara is very important, which comes in the Pancharatrika Vidhi. Na yonir napi samskaro na shrutam na cha shantatihi santatihi karanani vijatvasyah vrittam evatu karanam. So neither the source of one's birth nor his reformation nor education the criterion of a Brahmana. Vritta or occupation is the real standard by which one is known as Brahmana. So it is not by the caste or by reformation or by education or by any other purificatory process a person can be called as a Brahmana. Instead, a Brahmana is only understood by his vritta or occupation, his desire. What is his real desire? If he is interested in reading the scriptures, propagating the scriptures, then he is real Brahmana. In the Bharadwaj Samhita of the knowledge Pancharatra, it is stated, Swayam Brahmani Nikshiptan जतान्नेव हि मन्त्रतः विहितान् अर्थः पुत्रादीन् संस्कृत्यः प्रतिबोधयत्. So an Acharya, if he should purify his sons and disciples by engaging them in the service of Lord, by initiating them with proper mantras, so that they'll become purified and knowledgeable. So Acharya's work is purify his sons and his disciples by giving them proper mantra and engaging them in devotional service. Haribhakti Silavilas quotes the Tattva Sagara as follows. Yatha काञ्चनतामिति यथा काञ्चनतां याति कांक्षयं रसविधानतः तथा दीक्षा विधानेन द्विजत्वं चायते नृणाम्. So here the example is given of a bell metal which mixed with mercury is transformed to gold. So even if a person is not gold and pure, but he can be transformed into a Brahmana or Dvija simply by the initiation process. Haribhakti Vilas 2.12 states this. In his commentary on this verse, Sri Sanatana Goswami has written, Nam Sarvesham Eva Dvijatvam Prata. So all the human beings are eligible to become twice born Brahmanas. In his Digdarshanitika on Bhagavatam, 2.4.37 is explained the word Diksha Lakshanadhariraham, accepting the signs of initiation as follows. Some of them, the residents of Vaikuntha, accepted the signs of initiation. And some of them accepted mantras for worshipping the Lord. They had sacred threads, water pots, asanas of kushagras, tulasi beads, and various other signs. So here in the Digdarshanitika is explained. So what are the signs of initiation? The worshipping the Lord is a sign of initiation. Some of them are accepted by mantras. Some of them accepted the signs of initiation. So in this way, different ways. But ultimately what they have to do, they have to worship Lord. And what they wear, the sacred threads they wear. They have water pots, they have asanas of kushagras, they have tulsi beads. And in this way, one can identify a Brahmana. Another signs are there. In his commentary on the Brahma Samhita, Jiva Goswami has written, after being initiated in the chanting of the 18-syllable mantra, Lord Brahma became a Dvija. So in his commentary on the Brahma Samhita, Sri Jiva Goswami has written, after being initiated in the chanting of the 18-syllable mantra, Lord Brahma became a Dvija. There was no impediment to this because Lord Brahma was born from Sri Govind Deva, who is predominating deity of the 18-syllable mantra. We can also cite the evidence of Dhruv Maharaj. He also became a Brahmana after initiation. These and innumerable other statements of the scriptures and Mahajanas confirm that everyone must be initiated and accept the sacred thread. So even if born in a Brahmana family, still is not qualified. If he is initiated, then only and accepted the sacred thread and performing the service to the Lord, then he is Brahmana. If he has accepted the initiation, he is Dvija now, he is twice born. Then he becomes Vipra, studies the scriptures, Vishesha Rupena Pratya, becomes knowledgeable. And then he understands, realizes the truth, at the time he becomes a Vaishnava. So Brahmana has these three categories, Dvija, Vipra and Vaishnava. Therefore, Shri Jaitirtha Pada refers to the Vrichika Tanduli Nyaya in the Tattva Prakashika commentary in the Brahma Sutra to demonstrate that Brahminical qualities acquired by birth or by occupation are accepted. The sacred thread ceremony is meant to give one the qualifications to study the Vedas. Let's also see, this is also very important. Chaturvaranyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasha. So if a person is born in the Brahmin family, yes, he has that qualities. But then to make him study the scriptures, this third ceremony is very important. Because the Brahma Sutra state that the Shudras or those without sacred thread are not eligible to hear Vedanta. After accepting Pancharatrika mantras and being properly initiated, according to the Narada Pancharatra, a person must perform the 10 sanskaras or purificatory rites and thereafter hear the meanings of the mantras. So Brahma Sutra speaks about this. Brahma Sutra says, even if born in a Brahmin family, he should take the initiation so that he can study the scriptures. Shudras, if they are not initiated properly, they cannot study the scriptures. Even if a Shudra or lesser than that caste is there, a person born in a family lesser than even the Shudras, can, if properly initiated according to the Pancharatrika system, is eligible to study the scriptures. Just see how much big explanation has been given about accepting a Brahmin thread. It's a very important event because that doesn't mean that if you are in ISKCON, you're not going to give Upanayanam to your children. You should give the Upanayanam to your children. When he is again joining in the Gaudiya Dhara, he'll be again given the Brahminical initiation. But if he is born in a Brahmin family, Kshatriya family, it is the duty of the parents to give Upanayanam Sanskara and teach the scriptures. At the age of 8, this is performed. These are the 10 reformatory ceremonies, sanskaras. Just because the person is in ISKCON, he cannot just neglect these 10 sanskaras, which is very, very important. Understand the meaning of the sanskaras and make the children chant the holy name. Very nice. In future, if he is initiated by any spiritual master, he gets a Harinam mantra. Again, he will be initiated. That doesn't matter. He will be given the time the 7 Gayatris. In the first Upanayam Sanskara, he is given the 1 Gayatri. Just Brahma Gayatri is given. After the Brahma Gayatri, he becomes eligible to study the scriptures. When he advances in devotional service, he gets the 7 Gayatris. That 7 Gayatris makes him relish the ultimate goal of life, that is Krishna Prema, especially the Madhurya Prema. So, in wherever he is, in whatever state, the one thing he has to do is he has to engage himself in the service of Krishna. So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. Yes, Kaushik.
Thank you for the class. Mataji, in the text number 6, it is written, these pastimes will later be described through the Vedas. Later be described through the Vedas means what?
Through the Vedas and all the Puranas. So here Vedas refers to, through the Vedas in all the Puranas, here refers to, Vedas refers to the knowledge. Okay. Now Vedas has Puranas, Itihasas. So it is going to come in the Vedas. How, in a very, through the Vedas here refers to.
No, my question was that.
Yeah,
my question was that it is written will later be described. Why it should be written why will later be described? Because Vedas are written Sokadya or Purusha.
Vrindavan Das Thakur has spoken, but in every section of the Vedas, that means in the 18th Purana, especially Bhagavatam Tika, every Acharya has done, Jiva Goswami, everybody has done. So they are going to be further described in the Puranas. Now the synopsis is given, but explanation will be done by the upcoming Acharyas. That has been already predicted by Vrindavan Das Thakur.
So the base answer is that this is a prediction.
Yes, it's a prediction that upcoming Acharyas will be describing.
Second question, Mataji, 4 are there. Second question, that is all right. You said text number 6 में वेद द्वारे व्यक्त है वे सकल पुराणे. But then in the last paragraph it says this one line I couldn't understand. The eternality of Vedic literature is not denied by the use of future tense in the phrase वेद द्वारे व्यक्त है. What does this mean? Not denied by the use of
eternity. When you say in future it will be described, that means what? Is it not described now? Vedas are emanated by Krishna.
Yeah.
It is there, but in a very subtle form.
Explanation, purpose will be given. Question number 3, Mataji. Motherji's question 3 is that last what you did 7, that big one, that big purpose. Therefore, neither the source of one's birth, nor his reformation, nor his education. So, source of one's birth is okay, nor his education is also okay. The criteria of Brahmana. But why not? Nor his reformation. Reformation से ही तो आदमी आगे बढ़ता है.
Nor is reformation categorizes a Brahmana. Because even if he is reformed, he has to adopt it. No? Reformation is there, okay. But he has to, you occupy it. You have to put it in his occupation. Like so many have joined the Brahmin initiation programs conducted by ISKCON. How many of them are really reformations done? And how many of them are really putting that into occupation?
So what is I don't understand.
So occupation of a Brahmana is to worship the deities, take up the studies of the scriptures, reach Krishna consciousness. That is Mrita, that is the real occupation. How many Brahmin initiated devotees are really doing that?
Last question, last paragraph of this big purport. The sacred third ceremony is meant to give one the qualification to study the Vedas. Okay, fine.
And
But-
also, one minute, also here reformation refers to Upanayanam Sanskara. Understand that also. Even the Upanayanam Sanskara also will not categorize it.
Last paragraph, second last question. The sacred thread ceremony is meant to give one the qualification to study the Vedas. But Mataji, where we will study Vedas, even if we get this thread ceremony, which you are giving now to so many,
The essence of the Vedas is Bhagavad Gita Bhagavata.
that is the Vedas for this Kaliyug, fifth Veda we call. Srimad
So
Bhagavatam.
when you say essence of the Vedas is Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, even if a person cuts third ceremony, he should study. That is why parents should motivate the children, encourage the children to study the Vedas. So when you say Vedas, there are Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam.
So we are
Is
referring to the
essence.
fifth Veda. Yeah. So last question. You explained very nicely Tapu Pudram Tatha Nama Mantra Yagasya Panchamaha. Then you also explained Ami Panch Samskara. And there is one last line in the verse which I wanted. Parmai
Hetavaha.
Kanti Hetava. What is that?
Paramai Kanti Hetavaha. That is our actually Paramai Kanti. That is the real bliss.
Parmai
And that is a Hetavaha also refers to these five becomes the cause for attaining that Paramakanti.
Got it. Hare Krishna Mata. Thank you for all the answers.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Mataji, I am little confused between twice born and Dvija Bandhu.
वही होता है.
दोनों एक ही है माताजी? ओके माताजी.
ट्वाइस बॉर्न द्विजा बंधु डबल अभी ये हुआ है उनका और एक बार जन्म हो गया है. अभी वो द्विजा का भाई बन गया है, एक और ब्राह्मण का भाई बन गया है. पढ़ेगा नहीं तो वहीं तक रहेगा, पढ़ेगा तो विप्रा बनेगा.
अगर पढ़ेगा तो बाद में ट्वाइस बोर्न होगा, पहले द्विजा.
नहीं, जब भी संस्कार हो जाता है, रिफॉर्मेशन हो जाता है, ट्वाइस बॉर्न हो गया, दूसरा बर्थ मिल गया, योग्यता मिल गया है, पढ़ाई करने की योग्यता मिल गई है. जब योग्यता मिल गया है, व्यर्थ गवाएगा तो उतना तक ही रहेगा, ट्वाइस बॉर्न तक ही रहेगा. लेकिन अपने जो दिया हुआ फैसिलिटीज को यूज कर रहा है तो वो विप्रा बनेगा और रियलाइज करेगा तो वैष्णव बनेगा.
ओके माताजी. ओके.
बड़े प्रभु.
Hare Krishna Mataji. You can hear me, Mataji?
Yes.
Mataji, as you have said that initiation is very important, the third ceremony. See, what the understanding as for people today or the present life, it's only for the Brahmins. It's not for the others.
क्षत्रिय को भी होता है, गुरुकुल में क्षत्रिय भी जाते हैं.
Hello?
क्षत्रिय को भी होता है, क्षत्रिय भी ले सकते हैं. उपनयन संस्कार क्षत्रिय को भी होता है क्योंकि गुरुकुल में वो भी पढ़ते थे. यज्ञ संस्कार अगर ब्राह्मण नहीं है तो क्षत्रिय भी कर सकते हैं, सिर्फ क्षत्रिय दान नहीं ले सकते हैं, ब्राह्मण दान ले सकते हैं.
Okay. That is what I'm saying. So that basically that awareness is not there.
अवेयरनेस ब्राह्मण को ही नहीं है, अभी क्षत्रिय को छोड़ दो, ब्राह्मण की भी नहीं.
Okay.
हरे कृष्णा
हरे
माता जी कोई जनोई लेता है मगर कुछ भी करता नहीं है, कुछ भी स्टडी नहीं करता है,
Twice
कुछ भी
born.
फॉलो नहीं करता है, तो
Twice born. Twice born.
अच्छा, तो मतलब he is wasting his facilities given by,
Yes.
he is wasted.
He has got the opportunity. He has wasted.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
ओके माता जी.
लॉयर का बच्चा लॉयर, लेकिन वो लॉयर नहीं है. ऐसा. ब्राह्मण का बच्चा ब्राह्मण, वास्तव में ब्राह्मण नहीं है अगर वो पढ़ाई नहीं करता है, सेवा नहीं करता है.